Hey, what does discipline and water have in common? Let's talk about it. Hey, my name is Kevin Curtis. I'm the founder of Differentiated Discipline. And if we haven't met, I just want to let you know I do a lot of training throughout the country and I work with a lot of different schools. And when I help discipline and behavior issues in schools, sometimes the discipline as water comes up. And in fact, I've had administrators say, oh my God, can you talk to my teachers about this? So I felt this was a great opportunity to share this wisdom and insight with you today. So when you think about discipline as water, I want you to think about discipline that flows throughout your entire building. And I want you to think about, first of all, I appreciate those teachers that only let a drop of water out of their classroom. You know who are, celebrate you. Because let's just be real. It doesn't matter how your classroom environment is. Every single school system has a room where a lot of discipline, aka water, is flowing out of that room. In fact, in our school, it was room 212. It got to the point where if somebody had to go, we got so many radio calls for discipline coming out of that classroom, we would literally rock, paper, scissors just to see who was going to have to go support the water. Now, the water coming out of the school system, and particularly in these buildings, in your classrooms, I want you to think about, first of all, let's just talk about the water and the temperature. Most of the times when kids get kicked out or they walk out, let's just be real, they're not happy. It's not like they're cold or cool water. That's hot water coming out of that classroom. And let's just think for a second. Can you see your reflection in boiling water? I don't think so. So the hotter the water, the less that they can reflect and even see what their behavior is impacting them. So you got hot water coming out of classrooms and working throughout your entire building. Then when the water collects down in your counselor's office, your discipline area offices for your administrators, a lot of times that water shows up. And again, what are we really good at? And I don't know if you've thought this through, administrators, but you know what some of us are really good at? Cooling water. The first thing that water comes in hot water, and immediately you're like, have a seat, fill out this clipboard. You start getting them time to just decompress and let that water temperature decrease. And then eventually you have a conversation with that water. And ultimately, you may move that water. You may send that water home. You may move that water to in-school suspension, change their schedule, just have them sit in the office, whatever you're going to do. But we cool water and then we move water. Ultimately, through the water cycle of discipline, this water is going to go back to the classroom teacher. And I think this is the fun part. Eventually, when this kid comes back to the classroom, whether it's the same day or the next day, when the teacher gets the water back, they're like, hey, Mr. Curtis, this is the same dang water I sent you. And I said, yeah, I know. And this is that part, right? Like teachers think that we change water. And I want us to be on the same page. As an administrator, we have a lot of powerful tools, but changing water, the last person I know to change water to wine isn't here anymore, right? And it's not us as administrators. So when you think about discipline as water, one of the things that I encourage teachers to understand is that when this water gets sent to me so often, believe it or not, and y'all resent us for this fact, this water wants to hang with me all day. I spend more time with your water than you do with your water. And why? Because ultimately this student is removed so often and at such rates that ultimately I connect with your water. Teachers, if you're wanting to hang on to your water and understand more about your water, feel connected to your water, the connection-driven classroom. Administrators, if you're wanting to learn how to deal with water in a differentiated discipline methodology, I'm going to invite both of you to come to our website at ddiscipline.com.